Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we are going to be talking about Kai Cenat, Adin Ross, and the Kik streaming platform, because there's been a lot of kind of stuff that's happened over the last, 24 or so hours that has kind of spun into this completely different situation. There's just a couple of things in general we're going to be talking about here, but there's currently a little bit of a drama going on, I guess, between Kai Cenat and Adin Ross after Adin Ross quote-unquote leaked an offer that Kik supposedly made to Kai Cenat and iShowSpeed. For those of you who don't really pay attention to Kik and whatnot, or realistically the streaming world in general, Adin Ross has moved to Kik, which is a newer platform that is basically trying to compete with like YouTube and Twitch by having, I would say, laxer rules. They make it easier for people to get partnered slash monetized. Basically, it's supposed to be like the creator-friendly alternative to the major platforms for streaming. Now, Kai Cenat is now back on Twitch after being recently banned, and iShowSpeed is on YouTube. But for both Kai Cenat and iShowSpeed, a pretty massive announcement was made yesterday as it came out that the two would be joining together for a live stream show exclusive to Rumble, which is like a YouTube competitor. That's a pretty major announcement because these are two of the biggest creators in the world that have now basically joined onto the Rumble platform for exclusive content on the platform, which means that, you know, if people who are fans of Kai Cenat and iShowSpeed want to see this, they're going to need to go to Rumble to watch it. And Rumble has actually been, I feel like, a good job, at least, in acquiring talent and getting people on the platform. I think it's a pretty decent alternative. I mean, it's better than a lot of the other compared platforms, but Kai Cenat and iShowSpeed are obviously in a exclusive contract for this whole thing with Rumble, and obviously everyone started reacting to this because it's a pretty massive announcement, right? And Adin Ross was one of the people who reacted to it, and on stream he ended up basically making a passing comment about how Kik supposedly offered both iShowSpeed and Kai Cenat $40 million each to basically join the platform exclusively. Obviously, we know that when it comes to the biggest creators online now, contracts really do come like this. You know, there really are people who are streaming on YouTube, Twitch, Kik, whatever it may be, and making millions of dollars, not even from like donations or subs or merchandise or whatever else, right? But from contracts that they have with the platform itself. So Adin Ross ended up basically going on stream and saying this.
I'm curious, you know, what Rumble's going and shit. You know, I'm not the one to hate and bring shit down, so I'm not gonna sit here and say fuck Rumble, fuck that shit. I'm hurt. I wanted Kai and Speed on Kik. I'm gonna be honest. We originally offered, I think, Kai and Speed 40 million. I think Kai was 40 million and Speed was 40 million. They said no, but I don't know what Rumble offered. I don't know what Rumble offered. But I don't know. Maybe it's more than that. But so that just goes to show you, bro. Motherfuckers are fucking. It's NBA money, bro. NBA fucking money. You know what I'm saying? So
now that was a little bit of a passing comment, you know, he just kind of said it in the heat of the moment or whatever is what a lot of people have said, but this actually ended up drawing a little bit of a reaction from Kai Cenat due to this whole thing, right, where he was pretty upset, I would say, by Adin Ross saying this. So
thing I don't like. This is the only thing I don't like, bro. One, on my soul, that's cap. Two, even if that was an offer, why even talk about it? Like, that's the only thing. I'll call him out. I'll call him off stream. Because, bro, that, like, for real, like, why even, like, that's weird, bro. That's not good. It's just like, bro, like, what?
Kai Cenat is more or less referring to what Adin Ross said in that last clip. From my knowledge so far, iShowSpeed, as of me recording this, has yet to respond. But this is another, I guess, moment where Adin Ross is getting criticized by the internet for his behavior, which has been happening a pretty good amount recently. And funny enough, iShowSpeed is actually part of one of the recent controversies that Aiden was involved in. Seems like Aiden's been kind of bugging out a little bit recently. Like, I know here in the last couple weeks, there was a big copyright dispute issue with him where he was falsely copyright claiming videos with a company that used his content, you know, in fair use, just going around striking people's videos. And then now this entire thing. Obviously, this isn't a huge deal, but I mean, given the circumstances of what's going on, it's kind of a pretty shitty thing to do, and that's why I wanted to make a video about this. So there's, you know, obviously two sides to this, right? Now on one side you have people like, you know, this wasn't that big of a deal. I don't know why Kai Cenat is so mad. Like, Adin Ross didn't really say anything that would jeopardize the deal. He didn't really ruin anything. He was just kind of like throwing a number out or whatever. But on the other hand, you have people obviously sticking up for Kai Cenat in this entire situation, and iShowSpeed, because I mean, ultimately, right, like the way that I see it, and I'm on this side, is why, even if like this is real, because Kai Cenat claims it's not even real. He said it was complete bullshit. But if Kai Cenat is like not telling the truth, and this is actually, I guess, something that really happened, you know, Kik did offer him $40 million to come to the platform exclusively, right? Why would you go and tell the world that? Like, why does that need to be known publicly? You know what I mean? And it wasn't like he said it like in the background, like with some other creators where no one could hear him or something. Like, he said this in front of thousands of people on stream. Like, he at this point is just announcing to the world like, oh hey, you know, this is how much money these guys' contracts could be worth. Like, it's not something that everyone needs to know. I understand, right? Like, when shit like this happens and the contract details or whatever come out, like athletes and whatnot, but people get excited and people want to know the numbers and whatnot and really kind of understand just how much money these dudes are making. But the truth of the matter is, that's really not the world's business. Like, that's not something you just go and announce to the world, man. Now, obviously, one of the things that people have been saying in this whole thing is like, how the fuck would Adin Ross know what amount of money, I guess, people were getting offered? Because if you don't really understand how these deals work, man, most of the time, there's some legal process damn near, right? Like, for instance, when I was negotiating with several different platforms in the past for different things, right? Like, a lot of the time, when, especially even before you really get into talking about whatever the issue it might be, right? Like, you're negotiating your price. Most of the time before that, you have to sign what's called a non-disclosure agreement, which is essentially like a legal contract stating that like you won't go share the specifics of your contract in like your work/deal with outside parties. So essentially, like, if you go tell everybody like, hey, Kik's paying me $40 million to stream on their platform or some shit like that, right? Or you like share secrets in their negotiation tactics or something, right? Like, you can be sued. So if this were to be like a real offer, and you know, Kik did offer $40 million here, Adin Ross low-key could have just got these dudes in fucking trouble, because he's out here, you know, discussing the specifics of their contract to the world, and you know, to the company, they're like, how the fuck did Adin Ross figure this out? Because from my knowledge, it's not like Adin Ross is running the entire company or platform or whatever, right? And then if this all is fake, right, then that just makes Adin Ross look even worse, because it's like, bro, why are you coming up with fake fucking numbers, literally just lying to the public about people's contract offers? Like, that's just fucking goofy if that's the case. Now, Kai Cenat says this is all bullshit, like he didn't actually get offered $40 million. So either A, he's saying that to try and protect himself from the consequences that could be, or B, he's telling the truth and Adin Ross is lying in this entire thing. Or I guess maybe, I don't know, like the head honcho at Kik was like fucking telling Adin Ross what they were gonna offer him. I have no idea, but like if that's the case, that makes Kik look bad, because it's like, why are you telling other creators on the platform what you're about to be offering, you know, people you're trying to get onto the platform? Like, that is not, it's not a good look regardless. Like, for whoever, this isn't a good look. And this is the type of shit that like hurts people in the business world and like hurts their opportunities. Like, that could really fuck people's money up, man. Like, if you're out there building the reputation that they're out here like telling these types of things, violating NDAs, that can make companies not want to work with people and shit. So obviously Kai Cenat was a little frustrated about this entire thing, and like I said, some people I feel like weren't very understanding of why he was mad. You know, oh, it's not that big of a deal, Aiden was just saying. It's like, that's not something you just say. I don't care, man. I don't know. I guess I'm different, I don't know, than some people, but for me, it's like, even if like, let's say Kai Cenat and Adin Ross got on a call or something, and he was like, hey man, Kik just offered me $40 million, right? If I'm Aiden, I'm not going and telling people that anyway, because like, that's my friend and he told me that shit in confidence. Like, I don't know, like how I am, man. If you tell me some shit in confidence, you come to me and you tell me some information in confidence, like I'm not gonna go announce that to the entire world unless like it's like necessary. I mean, you tell me like, hey, I ate 3 people and killed them, like I'm telling fucking everybody. But like, you come to me like, hey man, I got this really good opportunity on the line, I've been doing real good, you know, I got a contract offer, it's really nice, I don't know if I'm gonna accept it or decline, whatever it may be. Like, I'm not gonna just be telling everybody your business. Like, that's just how people should be. I mean, people gotta learn how to stay in their own fucking lane a little bit, you know? And like I said, I get that it's interesting and like we all like to, you know, gawk over the fucking numbers that people can generate doing stuff like this, which, you know, most people think is just like not a job or whatever. But ultimately, man, just telling everybody shit that shouldn't be told is just not cool. So So ultimately though, like this whole deal that Kai Cenat and iShowSpeed got, that really kind of started this entire conversation, that really started all this deal with Rumble, right? We don't really know the specifics of it. That's what this is really all about, because well, Kik offered 40 million. Like, I feel like people don't really get though that like just because that's supposedly what Kik offered, who knows if that's real or not, supposedly that's what they offered, like that doesn't mean inherently that Rumble offered more money either. Like, I feel like one thing a lot of people forget about shit like this is when you're negotiating these types of deals, man, like it's not just about like, oh, this platform is cool. Like, you're basically negotiating the operation of your business. Like, you got to find, in this instance, the platform that works the best for your audience, that works the best with the type of content that you make, you know, how much creative control that you want. That's huge. Like, for me, I'm not signing a deal where I can't make my own content. I'm not signing a contract where I can't be like Optimus, you feel me? So, and that's one thing that from reading about this that they seemed to have like really favored about Rumble, is that Rumble was going to give them the full creative control over everything that they wanted. Apparently, Kai Cenat tried to negotiate with Twitch and get iShowSpeed unbanned from the platform. They were willing to do basically nothing, and well, that's just why Twitch didn't get the deal. It's just like, I don't know, people don't realize how little situations, quote unquote, little situations like this can really turn into big deals and shit like that. And for Adin Ross, man, it just seems like recently, especially, he just has been doing a lot of shit that's gotten on people's nerves. And like, not even just the fans or whatever, but like other creators and shit too. And for me, like just from the outside looking in, if I had to pick between two platforms to go to, I'm definitely picking Rumble over Kik. It's just a more established company. It's a more established platform. It just makes more sense for most creators, I feel like. But ultimately, man, like I feel like we'll never really know the truth, like about this whole deal, right? We're never gonna know if, you know, Kai Cenat actually got offered this much money. We're never gonna know if Adin Ross is telling the truth or lying. It's just one of those things where it's like a he said, she said, whatever it may be, right? But I just wanted to talk about it real quick because obviously the implications of deals like this and everything in the creator sphere are pretty crazy. So with that being said though, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubToOptimus. Make sure to check out Shoptimus down below. Thank you to my Watch Optimus subscribers. Your support helps the channel tremendously. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus talking about the Kai Cenat contract issue and signing out.